No, I actually got into the sport as a result of having a total knee replacement in 1999. For the first time in my life, I was able to be somewhat athletic, which, growing up, and I was born in '65, pre-factor. Of course, the obvious downside to all that was that I was part of the generation of hemophilia community members that contracted both HIV and hepatitis C. I think I learned about AIDS in the hemophilia community from Dan Rather on the evening news. But the advice we're getting was, it's a 1 in a million thing. We don't think it's a big risk. Go ahead, despite what you've heard, continue using the products. And, unfortunately, I didn't question that. Some people, they heard right away, you got a couple years to live.
Right.
So I was 19 years old at the time. And we were already hearing things that were happening to people who had been diagnosed with HIV, but people just kind of reacted more from fear than from intellect. Some of us tried to just park it in the closet and go on with their lives and try to ignore it, and just made the best of it for as long as we could. Back when the HIV crisis was coming to bear in full force on our community, kind of brought everybody together to a degree because we had to figure out how to deal with this. A lot of people kind of linked hands with the gay community because they were the ones that were literally fighting for their lives. And I was going through Hep C treatment. Then they told me, without successful treatment, you're looking at a couple of years to live. Went to my first event, which I guess was like 07 or so. All of a sudden you're talking about things that you really haven't talked about much. I think it's one of the things that speaks to the importance of this type of programming, its capacity to bring people in. And I had a list of names. I went around and I found them, and I said, there's two things I want to say to you. One of which is thank you for everything you did for our community, because there were some of us that just didn't have the strength. Was invited to join the HFA board and the COD board at the same time. It's the old saying, 90% of success in life is just showing up. 2010, after almost 4 years of Hep C treatment, got my lab work clear of Hep C. So then I was kind of like, okay, what do I do now? So I'll never forget sitting down and firing off an email to Lori Kelly. So I said, what do you think I'd do a ride across America, and we do it as a fundraiser for Save One Life? So 1 became 2, 2 became 3, 3 became 4. It was a way of just forgetting all the baggage that some of us have been carrying all these years from the stuff. And I thought I was running away from something, but the way it turned out, I was actually running towards something.
Most people that make it to the NFL, they were their starting quarterback, their starting running back. I was primarily a special teams guy in high school. I believe in opportunity, people getting opportunities, and you just got to seize them at the right moment. The Rams year, that was one of my most pivotal years. I came in the first week, I was on practice squad. I worked hard.
You've been a journeyman, and I say that as with respect.
A lot of guys just throw that around like, oh yeah, he was a journeyman. You see a guy get traded from here to there, but they don't think about, okay, I got traded today, and I got to call my wife. I got to tell her, hey, all right, we got to pack up and move. So I may not be able to come home to do it, and you got to do all the packing. You got to get all the baby's clothes. And while in our time in Indianapolis, I really became close with the hemophilia chapter up there as well. When my nephew was born, that was the first time our family had ever heard of hemophilia. So I said, when I made it, the one thing I want to do is use that platform to, give back in any kind of way that I can. And it was just a no-brainer with my nephew and him being a part of the hemophilia community. But 2012 is when we started the Josh Gordy Hope Foundation. Last year was our first year we sponsored a family to attend the national meeting. I definitely see the struggles that he go through. Whenever he goes to school or he walks a long distance. I definitely have nothing but respect for how he handles it. I was 8, 9 years old playing recreation league basketball, but this particular game, last game of the season, he didn't put me in. And so my mom, he went to the coach, so why didn't my son play? Yeah, we need to play the guys who are gonna help us win. It pushes you and motivates you to really be the best and show them that I should have been the one that was whatever. I'm gonna continue to use what I've done in the past to escalate my second career even further, boost the foundation, and boost awareness in this area.
To watch video from any of our previous Powering Through sessions, visit poweringthrough.org, or to learn more about National Cornerstone Healthcare Services, NCHS, visit nchswecare.com.